Good evening, guys, and welcome to round 2 of the Compass Namibia Touring Cast series brought to you by SRA. And with me in the chat, Ryan Lurik. Ryan, a cold evening here, but the guys are ready to race, and we're on Killarney, and it should be a good one. 19 cars turning out, and some action-packed racing that's going to happen.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. Yeah, the guys are all really warmed up for this one. Not, as far as I'm aware, not the easiest around, but the guys definitely putting in a lot of effort to get ahead in the championship. It's still all open and anything can happen.
Yeah, it's quite interesting. Dylan Visagi snatching pole from Dani van Rooyen on the closing rounds of qualifying. You can hear them revving up. So Dylan there taking the pole by 0.005 of a second, and he immediately pulls into the lead as they pull away. Dani van Rooyen taking second place, Jeff van Rooyen third, Melvin goes in fourth, and we see Michael Rusley the first time in the Subaru currently in fifth place.
Yeah, and as you can see, the rear wheel drive's definitely taking more to a liking on this circuit. Front wheel drive's not too happy, but not too far behind either. Interesting fact in this race as well. We've got a 20 lap race and not a 20-minute race, so the guys had to put in some extra fuel and have to preserve those tires slightly longer.
Yeah, it should make for some interesting strategies here. Obviously no pit stop involved, but these tires we know for a fact around about the halfway mark they start going off.
And especially coming through onto the back straights, the rear wheel drive's absolutely trying the rears and the front wheel drive's trying the fronts. Not the easiest thing to look after the tires.
Well, we see Dani van Rooyen here chasing really hard to try and catch up with Dylan Visagi, who in turn is trying to pull away immediately. Then we have Jeff LaRue there, actually a little bit ill after he had some fish last night and not feeling all too well, but he's up there, he's in fourth place, and he's just going to try and get the points back.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, he's not off pace. He's definitely there, and is definitely going to hold on and follow the front runners through.
And we see Mark Guy there in fifth place, leading Michael Rust, followed by Ryan Lurik and then Peter Geldenhuys. So the two first front wheel drive cars on the grid. The rear wheel drive, the track suits them a lot more than the front wheel drive for the long sweeps. And Mark making a really good job. He has been the quickest front wheel drive since the series started, and he is always up there.
Yeah, and he's always consistent and a very calm driver, if I want to put it that way. He's super smooth, but given the chance, and he can be aggressive, and he definitely shows his way around.
Yeah, he's currently in fifth, but it looks like he might be caught up by Michael. We know the focus is really, really fast on the straight, and Michael not being able to catch up at all, but under braking, he can make up some ground, although he does not. I think Michael just getting to grips with the Subaru and just getting used to it at the moment.
Yeah, as you say, it's his first time out. Definitely got to get some used to. It's got a couple of tips and tricks as far as I believe, and not the easiest car to get used to.
And up ahead, it seems like Dylan Visagi has pulled away ever so slightly. He's got a bit of a lead there. Melvin is on the rear bumper of Dani, and then Jeff is also right there. So this is going to be a very interesting battle as the race progresses, and we're going to keep tabs on this one and see what happens towards the end.
Yeah, no, that's for sure. And here we see some of the back runners. As far as I believe, the only Corolla currently in the running for this evening, driven there by Ernest Tether.
Yeah, that is actually the only Corolla in the series. Oddly enough, nobody chose the car except him, and nice looking car, like the livery he's got on there, and he's being chased hard by Jamie Ray Nichols in that fabulous looking Ford Focus, and we see the dust there. It's just, we see Peter Geldenhuys going off there, unfortunately having some understeer in this race, and we saw him just in the background there spinning off.
Yeah, I mean, talking about the Corolla and Ernest, he feels very comfortable in the car, and not really wanting to risk driving another car he's not familiar with and not so used to. So he'll go with what he knows and just bag some points.
And then our only lady driver on track currently, Chantel de Jager, chasing it down, Hermes Basson. And Hermes not getting in any practice, so he's struggling a bit with pace here. And Chantel. Oh, and she's a bit late on the brake. That is going to cost a lot of time. Unfortunately, there Chantel the Jager going off. And that's the end of that battle for sure.
Yeah, not the greatest place to go off because rejoining the track safely costs you a lot of time there. As you can see, you avoided that very well.
Currently, Wayne Mitten all on his own, being chased by JP Hamilton. JP in another Ford Focus. It seems like a lot of guys like the Ford, and it has been proven quick once you get it dialed in.
Yeah, and also very, very driver skill dependent as well. It suits some and some not.
And you see the guys, they're not really pushing too hard. They're not sure what the tires are going to do. So not any bravados yet, but Lyle Ramsey here leading JP Brunt in yet another in the Vivid ITMs. Oh, some contact there. He hangs on to it, but that's going to allow Jamie Ray to catch right up and even Ernest.
Yeah, again, with the Hondas, same like the Corollas, not many selected. Lyle and his father Mike have chosen to use the Hondas. Also not a very easy car to get around circuit very quickly. Need to really get to dial it in. And some more banging there. Hopefully, just missing out on those concrete barriers.
If they do stop, you're dead.
That is dead. But yeah, Lyle doing an absolutely superb job at avoiding that and keeping the four wheels on the black stuff as well.
And look at this, Jamie Ray now right on the rear bumper of Lyle, and we know that Focus is fast down the straight, but is the Honda quicker? Can he keep the Focus behind him? It's going to be interesting to watch as they go down the back straight. This is currently the battle for, I do believe, 11 or 12th place. And I think Lyle's still struggling to get some of that dross off his tyres, so that would put Jamie in a good position to try and attack now.
Yeah, that and it seemed like a bit of excessive curb usage there, which really drops a lot of speed in these cars. These cars don't really like curbs too well, especially Killarney's curbs. It's not for the faint-hearted, and you actually lose a lot of time.
Well, back to the lead. Dylan Visage is still leading the way, but Downey has closed that gap again. And Jeff in the background, you can see the flu getting to him, falling back ever so slightly. He said before the race that he's just going to take it home and just try and bag some points, and that's exactly what he's doing. But he's got to look out for Mark Guy. Mark is not holding back.
Now Mark is absolutely flying. I mean, he's very, very consistent and very smooth and not making any mistakes. And at the end of the day, that's what wins you championships, is being consistent and not messing around.
So this is actually quite a close battle for the top 7, I would say. You've got Jeff there in 4th place, you've got Mark in 5th, you've got Ryan Ludick in 6th place in the SRA Astra, also a nice looking car. And then we've got Michael Russ there in 6th place, doing a superb job as he gets used to the Subaru.
No, that's for sure. But I think the guys are slowly starting to settle down and just wait for mistakes to happen. Other than that, just put in the times, keep it on circuits, and just the good racing will start later on. Maybe, we don't know. As tire wear starts becoming a factor, fuel usage also plays a big role in terms of the pace in these cars.
Yeah, currently I think the closest battle on track. And these guys are really, really pushing. We know Downey, he doesn't hold back, and we know Dylan, he doesn't hold back either. So Dylan in that funny looking Cartoon Network car, leading the way, but he has got a big red bump in his back mirror, and that is Downey van Rooyen in that lovely looking BMW. And Downey is not going to give up. He is going to push 110% the whole race, and that is going to put a lot of pressure on Dylan for sure.
Yeah, and at the back we've also got Melvin Gous keeping it straight for a change, and managing to hold on to 3rd, and hopefully that pays off.
Yeah, the rear-wheel drives, we said before, they bite so easy. So it's a matter of trying to maintain the tires and not making any kind of mistake. And in these cars, it is just not easy. The slightest of hiccups and you can't catch them. They've got so little steering input that once the rear end goes, it just goes around.
No, that's for sure, and definitely acquired to some drivers being able to
Oh,
tame
and
it and not.
talk
I
about
think
that.
that's Michael
That
Rust.
is Michael losing it. So he becomes another rear-wheel drive victim. Just the rear end stepped out. We saw it in the background there. So he has lost a couple of positions there. He's now under attack from JP. JP on the outside. Michael is going to have to take it a bit slow now due to some grass on his tires, and we know these cars do not like it. But JP backs out of it. He knows Michael is faster, and he's not going to try and get involved in that one.
But hopefully JP can follow Michael and perhaps gain a position or two following him through. If he gets close enough using some slipstream, just tag along all the way.
In the background there's Lyle Ramsey, Jamie Ray Nichols, and I'm not sure who the third car is, but they're all pushing really hard. And everybody is within striking distance, but it's just not quite close enough for them to make passes. That's Ernest Heather. So Lyle leading
you
Ernest.
can't really miss the Corolla there.
Yeah, well, he's the only one on track, and as I said, lovely looking car.
Yeah, absolutely stunning. It's such an aggressive looking car.
Back to the top five. Margai still unable to make any improvement and closing up on Jeff. Jeff is just settling down and slowly pulling away. Ryan on the other hand unable to catch up to Mike. So Mark is really pushing that focus to the limit at the moment.
Yeah, Mark being, as I said, absolutely consistent and very smooth. And yeah, without making any mistakes. You know, if everyone from in the top six don't make any mistakes, this is probably how we may end up the end of the race.
Yeah, I reckon it's as I said, the guys got a big surprise. They thought it was a 20-minute race, and then it turned out to be a 20-lap race, which pushes the time to 25, 26 minutes. And everybody is just trying to see what the tires are going to do, especially in the rear-wheel drive cars. We know the front-wheel drive cars don't like this track, and they also eat through the tires quite quick, but they're a bit more drivable. You were saying?
You could actually see Donnie out of turn one just slightly getting a bit of oversteer. You're just pushing it so hard.
I think we're close to the midway mark now, and this is exactly where the tires either start to overheat, they go off, and you'll see the guys dropping some pace now very soon. And this might play into the hands of guys like Mark Guy, Ryan Rick, who I do believe is going to have better longevity in their tires towards the end.
Yeah, I must say, I think generally the feedback is that the left fronts of the front wheel drives are taking an absolute pounding by spinning out of the corners, and it being a clockwise circuit, not working in the favor of using steering and applying the power.
And look at this, Melvin has closed the gap to Donnie, so not sure if Donnie, you said earlier you saw him, the rear starting to step out, and I'm pretty sure he might be starting to struggle with tyre wear, or he might have made a slight mistake somewhere, which is very easy in this BMW. And again, you can see the car very, very nervous, so Donnie is really starting to fight this car, and that is going to hamper his pace.
No, that's for sure. I mean, they do get tricky, and when they get skittish on the track, it's you've got to really hang on for dear life. And Dylan Versace just taking the opportunity to make as big a gap as he possibly can. He knows he can do it.
Dylan has got
just wants to be sure.
He's got this car set up perfectly. He's enjoying it. It's been a long time since he's been up front, and he's just jolted with this car from the word go. And I'll still, that paint scheme is I just like it. It's something different, and for some reason it looks quite interesting, and I like it a lot.
No, that's for sure. And also to comment, I think Dylan was also feeling a lot more comfortable this evening with the track, the car, and just getting his head down and getting a move on.
Well, now Dylan has dropped some pace, so all along it's changing the whole time. You can see they're much closer now, and Jeff LaRue in the background there, he's not falling, a bit of a slide there, so he's also starting to struggle with the rear end grip now. So the rear-wheel drive car is definitely starting to eat away those back tyres, for sure.
No, that's for sure. And as I said earlier, it all depends on how the last bit plays out. Because once the guys start settling and they say, okay, we're gonna just keep it clean. But when they start seeing, okay, they can gain a second or two a lap or half a second a lap on the guy in front, they just start pushing that a little bit harder, and that's when the mistakes start happening. And then when the tires get overheated, just from that little bit too much effort being put in.
Well, we missed this one while watching the leaders. Ernest here, they're having passed Lyle Ramsey now as well. So Ernest having quite a good race here, and Lyle having to push that Honda super hard to try and keep up with the Corolla.
Yeah, and he's very late on the brakes.
Lyle
really trying to keep up.
He's
He
really
wants to
pushing
stay in the
hard,
slipstream.
yes. But look,
Excellent drive out of the last turn.
I wanted to say the exact same thing now. He's going to line him up on the inside. Has he got the speed to do it? It looks like he does. Is he going to go for the pass? He's got the run on him.
Neck. He's got...
And Ernest not
slightly
backing
wide
out.
under the brakes. But
They're side by side.
Very
Ernest
brave move.
on the outside there is...
Oh, some banging there.
Oh, Racy covers
Lyle
line.
just squeezes him out.
Fantastic
Goodness,
driving
that
by
is
these two.
Really fun.
And Jamie Ray Nichols having a superb eye of sight, I would say, or side of eye of these two battling, and they are really putting the hammer down. Some super epic racing from these two, and you can see the experience of Lyle paying dividends here. And as you said, he just closed the door, and now Ernest is going to have to work all the way again to try and catch up. Can the Corolla beat the Honda this time down the back straight in the slip?
That's going to be a good question. And Jamie Ray is just sitting there. He's like just waiting for a moment to happen. And Lyle runs slightly wide there. Ernest closes the gap, but Lyle gets the drive out. That Honda is super strong out of there.
We saw it in Tony Rest as well. For some reason, the Hondas really do get out of the corners very quick, and they get the power down. And look at Jamie. Jamie's going to try on the inside. No.
And that's where they often refer to called gapping. But that was a pure example.
We go back to the leaders. Currently, this is the closest battle at the moment, I do believe, apart from that from Lyle Ramsey. And again, Dylan has pulled a gap. So this is a seesaw battle. Dani closes in, then Dylan drops the hammer, and Melvin very late on the brakes there.
Very late on the brakes there.
And you can see that allows Dani to get on the power quicker, and he pulls the gap immediately. So these guys are really pushing so hard, but the times are exactly the same. I highly doubt if anything is going to happen towards the end. I think if Dylan keeps his head clear, the tyres last, he is going to take this one for sure.
That's for sure, and an interesting remark as we see Jeff LaRue not falling too far behind, but it seems like Mark Guy has fallen slightly back, as well as Ryan Liddick. Quite a fair gap now.
It could be that, as you said, Ryan, the front wheels on the front wheel drive cars, especially the left one, starting to go now.
And definitely that in cornering speed makes a huge difference.
And Michael Rust and Wayne Mitten then in an epic little battle there.
Michael's done well to catch up.
Yeah, he's gone off. He's pulled a gap on JP, and he's actually passed Wayne Mitten now. So Wayne actually from Cape Town, but for some reason every time we race here or have raced here in the past, Wayne always he either had to work or something pops up and he can't make it. So it's great to see him on his home track. But obviously, with a lot of races he's missed, he's not that used to the track, even though it's his home track. So, yeah,
no, that's for sure.
It's quite odd. He always gets so upset because he wants to drive his home track, and then something pops up and he can't drive. So glad to see him and see him here and being able to race tonight.
No, that's for sure. And interesting remark, just looking at Michael Russ's car. Seems like he's running a softer setup. You can definitely see under brakes the nose definitely diving almost up until scraping the bumper. So it seems to look like he's running a softer setup, probably just for the comforts and security that the car's not going to bite him.
I think he's gone for a safe option rather than the twitchy option which the front guys are running. And I mean, if you look, as you said now, if you look at the car of Dylan Visagie, it's much stiffer and a lot lower as well. So completely different setup being run here. If you look at the background of Melvin's car as well, it's also a lot higher. Dylan's car literally scraping on the ground there.
Yeah, super low. But yeah, being close to the ground definitely is somewhat quicker, but definitely not so much on the safe side. But Dylan pulling a massive gap there.
Dylan is flying now. He's really putting the hammer down. He knows Downey is back there. So he's found a sweet spot currently with his tyres, and I think that is working for him. And if he can maintain the space, he's surely gonna take this one and take the win.
Yeah, not holding back. I mean, there in the distance we see some back markers becoming gonna become a role to play soon, and definitely gonna change things up.
Yeah, well, if they're not in the dice, they're going to move out of the way pretty quick. So I don't think it's going to be too much of an issue for them. And that's actually the car of Peter Geldenhuys, who went off early in the race, and he is really struggling with understeer, and the car just not doing what he wants to do. He's also an old hand at this, so he will definitely not be holding these guys back at all.
No, that's for sure. But also, adding on top of that, Killarney not being one of Peter Geldenhuys' favourite tracks as either.
And then Chantal de Jager there, we haven't seen too much of Yannick Coetzee, but Chantal there on right behind Yannick Coetzee and giving him a hard time. Yannick usually one of the front runners, but for some reason it's just not working for him tonight.
Yeah, I don't know if I think I might have seen him in the pits a couple of times. Not quite 100% sure, but yeah, some seat time is better than no time at all.
That's for sure, and I think he's just doing the laps now, trying to get the points. You see Ernest Basson there, and running a good race, keeping it clean, keeping it on track, and not making any mistakes.
Oh, that's the name of the game, and also trying to get a bit more comfortable. Not that it's. Harness not being in the driver's seat that often, so definitely still feeling his way around and getting more confident.
I was doing a superb
running
job.
Very wide there.
Having gone blind into this, he didn't have a setup, nothing. So he is literally driving on feeling, and he's actually leading Yannick Coetzee and not too far behind JP Hamilton in the other Ford Focus.
Yeah, but you can see Basson really struggling with some tyre wear there or brake fade, just misjudging some braking points and it costing a lot of time.
You see Mark Ramsey there stationed in the pits. He said before the race he wasn't feeling well either. He's been in the bed for 2 days straight. He got out of bed, got onto the server, but obviously the flu getting the better of him, and he decided to call it a day, parked the car in the pits, and he's basically spectating, unfortunately, but great effort for him to join and try and race, and always there supporting son Lyle. And Lyle, speaking of him, having a good run tonight and having a lacquer battle there, and commentator's curve running a bit wide, and Jamie Ray Nichols is right there to take the position. As you said earlier, Jamie's going to wait for a mistake, and he's going to make good,
and it's paid off.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Lyle doing an absolutely sterling of a job tonight. I think still not quite comfortable with the car yet, but I think there's a lot of pace to be found as well. But it seems like both Jamie and Lyle have dropped back a little bit from Ernest Heather, or Ernest really just decided to put the hammer down and just get the move on.
I think a couple of mistakes here and there, and you can see Ernest far ahead of these guys. He's put the hammer down, and he's benefited from a couple of mistakes on their side probably.
No, that's for sure. And then JP Hamilton.
And look at this. Look at this. Dylan Visagie in the closing stages of the race. I think he made a mistake there. He's running wide down, and Dylan making contact. Both cars going off. Melvin gets through barely. And that is Dylan out of the lead. How much is that going to cost him? It is the final lap. unfortunately, the rear end, that's what we said, the tyres go off, and then these cars do tend to bite.
Yeah, there we see Mark Guy in the background, Donny van Rooyen waiting out for Dylan to regain his position.
So,
And Mark Guy really having a sniff there. He doesn't want to lose out any time. Is he going to make pass or not?
well, that is... Oh, and a bit of contact there.
There's more contact. Goodness me. Both running very wide. Donny early on the power there. Is he going to have the drag race? Is it going to play out?
It's side by
It's going to be
side.
super tight, but Mark just having the better drive there.
The Ford just having the power. And that is the end of it, guys. Melvin goes there on his slowdown lap, having won the race. Second place goes to Jeff LaRue, who's doing donuts there. He's extremely happy after driving with us.
It doesn't help for nausea, though. That I would be honest.
Yeah, that's so true. Third place then goes to Dylan Visagi. Fourth place goes to Margai. And And we're back for race 2, Ryan. This time round we have got a full reverse grid, which is going to make for some really, really interesting races. I think the front wheel drives might have the upper hand here, and it should be quite a good one to watch.
Well, it's going to be interesting because it's not an easy circuit to make good passes. And the faster guys definitely going to have their work cut out for them to get past the slow guys. And even speaking of such, the slow guys not really being that slow. So making up that time is absolutely very, very difficult. I think, yeah, we'll have to see what unfolds.
Passing is not going to be easy.
Up there.
But the man who's going to be on the move is Donny van Rooyen. He is super quick, always on these back of the pack starts, and he has a way to work traffic extremely fast, and that's exactly what he's going to try and do.
Yeah, and the rear wheel drive cars getting absolutely fantastic starts as always, but have to hold back for all the front runners being front wheel drives.
So you can see the guys
very, very packed.
Keeping it cool, not taking any chances. A bit of a touch here, a bit of a touch there, but
Chantal loses out there.
Mostly clean. And yeah, Chantal, unfortunately, the only victim. And look at Michael Russ. Michael Russ, see JP is going to come in on him, and he heads to the grass. Now he's a Subaru, now he's got rally pedigree, and he goes for some rallycross racing.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of these manufacturers are having some rally pedigree in them, such as the likes as Ford and Subaru as well.
And the man on the move is Pieter Geldenhuys. He's worked on the setup, and he's had a superb start. He is in the lead, and he is not going to let that go easily.
No, he's going to make as much ground as possible and stay clear of any issues coming his way.
And we see Chantel de Jager there coming out of the pits, so she's decided to get some fresh tyres on, fix the car, and try and get back into it.
Oh, that's for sure. But yeah,
And
nice,
look at this. While Peter's pulling away, it's Dani van Rooyen, Ryan Lurik, Dylan Visagi, Jeff Leroux. These guys are working. They know they've got 20 laps, so they're not going to take any chances. But they can't hold back too long either, or Dani is just going to pull the gap and get away from him.
Yeah, Dylan obviously, I think, wanting to make the most ground from losing out so much in race one. Hopefully want to keep it clean and just get the hammer down.
And Jeff also in there, not taking any chances, and Dani has already put forth.
That's cause.
And Dani is really, Ryan Lurik on the inside there of Dani van Rooyen, Mark Guy also in there. So these guys are really not holding back or hanging back, and they're giving all this Opel and BMW side by side. The Astra seems like it's got a bit of run on the BMW, but Dani on the inside there.
Yeah, and Jamie Ray's got his mirrors, just his eyes glued to his mirrors. He's just worried where's he got to make a move.
And it's a massive pack of cars here, guys. These guys are really on the limit. They're pushing super hard. Ryan's going to go on the inside there. Can he make the pass? The Astra getting a fantastic drive out of the corner. And no, Dani does not want to give up that spot. And Mark is now starting to push his nose in there.
Yeah, Mark wanting a piece of the action there as well, and he's also waiting for that opportunity to arise where something's going to happen and he's going to make use of it. Donnie running slightly wide there.
And we see the
but other than
background
that, the guy's really struggling to get through.
It's not as easy as we would have thought it would have been, and absolutely making for some fantastic racing at the moment.
You see Mark Guy there going the defensive route and sticking to the inside. He doesn't want anyone to pass him. He wants to keep his line protected.
And that is Michael Russ going off there. Not sure what happened there. I think the rear just stepped out. It touched the curb, and that was it.
Yeah, as they do. Doesn't like the grass at all.
Ooh, and a bit of a touchy here and there. Dani's really trying to get through. He knows Dylan is coming. He can see Dylan in his mirrors. Mark also not hanging back, and Ryan Lurik, so Dani under a lot of pressure, and Jamie not making the job any easier for him.
No, I think Jamie is feeling a lot more pressure than Dani at the moment. Like I said, eyes glued to the mirrors, just not sure, but just carrying on.
Oh, and unfortunately,
got a big accident there for Dani van Rooyen.
That is going to be the end of his race. That was a hard impact. That car is not going to be. It's not going to be perfect, and yeah, unfortunately, there Dani having to fight his way back now from the back. And
it's such a high-speed section, and any off there, and there's no run-off area. It's just straight to the walls, and very, very unfortunate.
Yeah, that was a dead stop. But then we've got another battle going on here. That is the battle between Dylan Visagi, Melvin Gous, Jeff Leroux. They're now trying to. Dylan would have seen Dani going off. And we see Melvin there going for a pass on Dylan. Is he going to make the move stick? On the inside there, Dylan needs a lot room. Is Jeff going to try and benefit from it? Melvin makes the pass, but Dylan goes to the inside. He's going to try and make the undercut. No, he does not get it this time.
It's a busy field there, and as you can see there, I'm also making a pass on Jamie Ray after that little incident, so making good headway over there.
And it's a massive pack of cars.
Sniff there.
Mark on the inside of Jamie there.
Making the pass there. Is he going to make it stick though? Not quite.
And I can promise you this is some scary stuff.
There. We seem to have lost someone.
Well, it's a massive pack of cars, and something has to give.
A huge cloud of smoke on the back.
And that's Melvin Gous going off, as does
Ramsey. Goodness, that is very unfortunate.
That's a big hit.
Hard hit there.
And not sure where Melvin went off to. Well, he's on the outside of, he's out of bounds, so that's the end of the race for him for sure. He's going to have to backtrack to the pits and try and get back onto track. And Michael also fighting back. So a lot happening here, and some of the faster guys now. These two, Dylan Visagi and Jeff Leroux, are the two.
We've got Jay de Villiers there as well.
Jay getting into the wars now. He missed the first race, but he's getting to the wars now, and there's a bit of a touch between him and Dylan.
Dylan surely couldn't be happy about that.
Ooh, that was a close call there. Yeah, you can see Dylan with the rejoin, not happy at all. And now, and he's got Dani, so even Dani has gone off. He's not out of it. He's right behind Dylan. And I mean, these were the top runners in race 1 now, struggling to get through the field, which just shows you it is not that easy, guys. It's one thing to lead the race and win it, and then trying to get through a pack of cars in something like this that is extremely difficult to drive, and now you've got to work it through traffic.
So yeah, all of the usual top runners really struggling and being in the wall somewhere in race 2 and really struggling.
Brian Ludick there now in a massive battle with Lyle Ramsey, and Dylan trying to get his nose in there. And then up ahead is that now Peter Geldermeis. He's well. Peter has pulled a massive gap, and he's just enjoying himself in the lead there. And I think if he can pull this one off, I don't want to curse it, but I surely hope Peter can win this one. It's going to be the first win for him in a long time with SRA, and he truly deserves it.
No, that's a shame.
We've still got a long way to go, and let's hope he can keep it together.
Well, you said it. But yeah, even getting up to some back markers, and that's pretty early on.
Yeah, I think a lot of guys going off. We see Michael Rust, they're catching now, Jay. And yet another Honda, so we've got 3 Hondas on track at the moment. And Michael not having lost that much. You can see he's right behind Jeff. Jeff trying to make his way back. He's the only one of the top.
Dylan is passed there in the background. Passed both Lyle and Ryan.
Well, I missed that one now. So Dylan on a move. He is really, and you can see down he's struggling. That car is definitely not what it should be. And I can promise you, Don is not going to be a happy chap in that BMW.
No, I think there may be a couple of guys that have not been all too happy about the unfoldings of race 2. But yeah, the reverse grid really a tricky way to go ahead, and yeah, it's super tricky. Incidents are bound to happen if you don't get your head in the game.
Yeah, look at this, Michael now putting the pressure on Jay there, and they're both catching handles. But Son is actually he's kept it safe, he's kept his head clean, and he's right up there with the guys. And well, he's going to get some pressure pretty soon from these 2 guys coming from the back. And then look at Dylan. Dylan is absolutely flying at the moment.
But he's really decided he's just gonna put his foot down. Michael getting a little bit unsettled there in the brakes.
See Jay de Villiers there, right on the back bumper of Ernest, and he knows one mistake and Michael is going to be right on him. Michael also very wise. He's not going to take any chances, but if he sees a move, he is going to go for it.
No, that's true. And you know, Jay de Villiers also and Michael Rust actually very old hands in SRA, very well acquainted with each other. So they're not going to hold back, and they're going to fight hard.
In the background there, we see Ryan Ludick and Lyle Ramsey still having an epic battle, and Lyle not making it easy for Ryan to pass him.
No, not by any means. Lyle also knowing the track very well, knows the ins and outs, and especially very well acquainted with front-wheel drive cars around here. Going slightly wide there.
It's going to be interesting now, the Astra versus the Honda down the back straight, to see which has got the better power. And we see Jay de Villiers going. That is Jay, I do believe, who's gone off. Yes.
Yeah.
So Jay making a bit of a mistake there, and this puts him right into the grasps of Ryan and Lalu's really pushing it super hard. Ryan going for the inside there. Can he make the move? Lyle running a bit wide. Ryan has the line, but look at the power of that Honda. He just gets to drive the side by side as they go down the main straight. Superb battle ongoing here.
Not backing out there, almost touching the wall, and yeah, absolutely really hard battle there.
Bit wide there, but that allows Ryan to go for the undercut. They're side by side again as they go towards turn 2. And all the
Their
while,
Honda is so quick on the on the power.
it is super fast out of the corner. That I can vouch for sure.
But a super hard race there.
Towards the
And
king. And Jay's
This
not
is
holding
allowing
back.
Donnie. Oh, Jay's making headway. But also in the background, Donnie van Rooyen is actually catching up with this fight going on.
It's a superb battle. Ryan trying his utmost best to try and get past Lyle, but Lyle not having any of that. And up ahead, I do believe that's the car. Yes, Jamie Ray, Yannick Coetzee and Dylan Visage now in a massive battle. So the second race is giving us a lot of action here. And Dylan passing Yanni there, and now he's got his eyes set on Jamie Ray. So Dylan is... Oh, and Yanni goes into the pit. So Yanni having a harder race. Not so much with contact, but it seems more like he's got issues with hardware, software on his side.
Yeah, because he wasn't quite all up there in the first race, and yeah, wondering if he's possibly doing some development his side.
I see Peter
Peter
Gelder
having the
is-
race of his life.
Peter is well away. He's leading it by a country mile. Oh, on Peter, moet hom nie nou verloor nie. That was a close one there. You do not want to do that with that car.
I couldn't talk for that, but yeah, very, very tricky.
And
Dylan
on the fly.
Dylan
Dylan
is
is
flying.
on a roll.
Yeah, he's got that car absolutely dialed in. Really feeling confident with that.
And we see Margai there going for third place now. No, sorry, fourth place. Third place. That is the battle for third place between Margai and JP Hamilton. Wayne Mitten currently in second place. And he's been quietly going at it and actually having a fantastic run here in race 2.
No, that's sure. I mean, he's been struggling for attendance, but really happy where he is now and having the time of his life.
Well, he's actually leading his teammate, and you can see Wayne there in the pink car, while Mark has the blue car right behind him. So these two guys now currently second and third, with JP Hamilton in fourth, and Mr. Jeff LaRue coming hard.
Yeah, Jeff LaRue not going to hold back, but still taking it relatively easy. We know he can be very, very quick, and but he's not wanting to risk anything tonight.
Yeah, I think he's just trying not to have a oopsie on his rig. He
But
said he's not feeling well at all, but he's here and he's doing it.
A very clean and easy pass, and JP Hamilton really late on the brakes. They're squeezing Jeff LaRue out. Usually that is the other way around, but very, very challenging move there.
Let's see JP there getting some Lulu manners here, and but Jeff taking to his stride. He's on the outside. Can he make a move there? He's going to go for the undercut. Going to try and get the run on JP.
Most definitely. JP very late on the brakes there, but JP not making it easy there for Jeff.
Yeah, I think JP is really pushing hard. And in the background there, look at that. It is Dylan Visage closing in very, very quick on Jeff here. So Jeff actually being held back by JP, and this is allowing Dylan to catch up a
I think
lot.
with well over a second a lap.
No, that's for sure.
And as far as I believe, Dylan not having any substantial damage to the car, which means he's pretty much got full performance as well.
It surely doesn't look like he's got any damages, and he is on the comeback drive of his life.
If having a good sniff there, making sure he's got all the drive to make a pass. Got the defensive line now. Will he make a stick under the brakes?
That Ford is just so late on the brake. JP does not want to give it up, but he's run wide. And look at the run.
He got a massive drive. goodness. But
Well,
yeah, Jeff managing to stick that one through.
Ooh, now it's under brakes. Is JP gonna? Is he gonna go for it?
Goodness me. But he overcooks it big time. Wow, what a spectacle.
And my guy now catching Wayne Mittens, so this should be interesting. Is there going to be team orders in this one? This is the battle for second and third place, and it should be interesting to see. Does Wayne move over for Mark, or
Mark definitely a lot later on the brakes than Wayne Mitten.
Mark definitely in the quicker car at the moment, and a lot more comfortable it seems. And Yannick could see also up there, but now look at Jeff. Jeff is coming.
Yeah, remembering Yanni pulled into the pit, so I presume he's a lap or two down, so
Yeah.
not really going to risk anything and be in anyone's
He's
way.
not going to get involved in this one for sure.
But Wayne not making it easy for his teammate there.
No, so there is no team orders in this one.
You see there, Jeff actually managing to pull a gap there on JP Hamilton. And yeah, we see Melvin Ghosis catching on Dylan Fasaki as well. Oh, very close smudge there.
Wayne not making it easy at all, and I'm loving this. And look at Jeff. Jeff is coming every single lap with these guys battling, and Marcus pulled on the inside. He's got the move done. Wayne is not
Very
going to
late
give
on the
him
brakes though.
any issues. He did not make it easy for him, but he also allowed him to pass, get through, and get on with the job.
And look at that, despite Yanni not quite being in the running for position there, he's holding on, eh?
He's got the pace. I mean, that's how close these cars are. If you qualify in 20th, it doesn't mean you're slowest. The times are so close that it's impossible to call him. Look at Jeff. Jeff is absolutely... And in the
He got
background
caught
there,
out by that one. I don't think Jeff at the time realized that Yanni is possibly a lap or two down.
and JP Hamill now in a Subaru sandwich, and he's not going to be happy with that. Dylan having passed him. Melvin Ghost now trying
Almost
for a
touching.
pass. Very close there. JP using the tracker more. And
That Ford being
it
seriously
is
quick in a straight line.
superb on a straight line. Unfortunately, once he reaches the corner, you can see
Very
there
wide.
Melvin goes for a pass there. The oil on the front wheels of these Fords is a problem. Oh, and Lulu makes another boo-boo.
Exactly. That's not quite the safest way just to stop in the middle of the track, but honouring that he made a mistake and allowing Melvin to take the position back.
That is
And this has now got the rest of the pack to catch up.
catch up. That's actually some good manners from Mr. Hamilton. And thank you for that one.
Yeah, I must say, huge respect for that. Not usually always the case seen in,
And look at
in
this.
sim racing in general.
Jeff now having caught up with Wayne. So Jeff is attacking Wayne now, and we know Wayne is not an easy customer. What's going to happen? BMW
Jeff's getting
versus
very
Ford.
squirmy there. He's lost the drive though. That small braking traction has cost him all the drive out of the last turn.
Well, a very close battle here. Oh, he's late on the brakes. Is he? No, he does not touch Wayne, but Wayne's not going to make it easy for him to pass. That is for sure. Jeff is going to try his utmost to get, and look at, he has to know Dylan is behind him, for sure.
No, that's for sure. But I'm very sure Jeff is sweating that illness out now. That must be.
They're side by side as they go through the kink. Wayne has got the line there. Is Jeff going to... No, Jeff backs out of it. And I can promise you, Jeff is in his mirrors. He is watching that pink Subaru coming at a massive rate.
But I think Jeff knows he's got the pace on Wayne in the back straight and just waiting on that. And doing rightfully so. Will he have the drag race down?
Well, Jeff is on the inside.
Still seems neck and neck. But Jeff, we know, being super late on the brakes.
They're side by side.
Huge
Who's going to get the
respect
better
there.
run there? And look at that Ford. That Ford just out of a
That
corner
is-
is insane.
It is seriously quick, but yeah, drag race back down to turn one. I mean, look at that. That's neck and neck.
They're side by side. Oh, and a back marker
Oh,
there.
they get caught out.
Mike,
Oh, that was close.
Mike doing a fantastic job, just staying on the inside there, letting them do the battle, and fantastic job there to.
And look, Dylan is right there on the bumper now.
Dylan has joined the fight, and whoa, that was very, very close there.
I think there might have been a brown moment or two at the back.
Again, side by side as they go through the kink. These guys are not holding back.
Jeff decided, no, he's going to go for it now because Dylan's right there.
Well, Jeff moving into third place, then Wayne then moving down to fourth. And Dylan is going to try and fight for that fourth place. He's got the run. We know the Focus is fast. The Subaru not that fast down the straight. They're side by side. The Subaru, though, very, very good on brakes. And Dylan is really, really putting the limits, or testing the limits of that car at the moment.
Jeff getting very squirmy again there. So he's feeling the pressure. He's definitely getting on the power a lot sooner.
And look at them side by side. I'm trying to get to Wayne Mitten's car. Wayne is not making it easy. Dylan on the inside there. They side by side into turn one. Bit of contact there. Dylan hangs on to it, but that's going to give Wayne the position back.
I think Wayne just assisted Dylan to keep it going in the right direction. I think Dylan slightly too late on the brakes with some understeer, but fortunately no damage done. But an absolutely great racing going on here.
As I said, this is the battle for third place now, I believe. No, it's fourth place. Peter Gelden is currently leading the way. He is miles ahead. Going through the last corner there. And I think he is actually going for the win now, if I'm not mistaken. We'll see once he crosses the finish line. Yep, that is the end of the Peter Gelden race. Takes it in style. Second place will then be Margai. Margai taking second place.
It still seems like they're racing.
Well, did Peter just make a mistake there? They're still going, so Peter Gelden made a mistake there.
It's cost him a lot of time.
I actually thought that was the end of it.
It's commonly what we see, but yeah, just a mistake of the maker, they call it.
Well, I'm going to stick with Uncle Peter. If he manages to pull this off, I think it's the last lap, it should be. And this is going to be a first one in a long time for him. Hats off to that, he truly deserves it. He's had some horrible races, bad luck. And he almost lost it there again just now, but he got it back on track and he's taking it home for a well-deserved victory.
Yeah, no, that's for sure. And yeah, like you say, very, very well-deserved. Yeah, almost trucking it away. That is a scary, scary moment.
And Margai doing a superb job, taking second place. Jeff Leroux there in third, just not enough laps to do it, but that is going to be enough for Jeff to take first overall for the day. Dylan Visagi, superb job coming through and taking fifth place. Absolutely fantastic racing here, guys. You see Melvin goes nervous besom there now. Melvin also in a comeback race, not the best of races for him after having race one. Trying to gain that one position, but the Ford just has the power. They're side by side as they cross the line, and no, Han is just taking that one, and we see Honda there doing flip-flops.
Yeah, that's not often seen, but someone definitely swimming there. But yeah, that was some spectacular racing though. Very hard, very difficult. These guys have put a lot of effort and work into that, and some swearing, some huge smiles, handshakes all around, but really fantastic.
Yeah, the nice thing is the guys just taking it into their... Basically, if they make a mistake, they own up to it. And we saw, not once, but a couple of times where the driver makes mistakes and he waits it out. He lets the guy repass him, even though it costs himself a lot of positions. So, truly some good racing going on there. Yes, mistakes happen. We all know that. And it's
Even to the best of them.
Yep. I mean, all the top guys basically ran out of talent tonight, albeit a mistake from another driver, their own. It happens, and this throws the championship wide open.
Yeah, and still impressively tight. I mean, anything is still possible, and it's truly a mix of tracks still coming up, where as with Killarney it favoured the rear wheel drive cars, and it may not be for the next couple. We don't know. Time is yet to show.
Well, sorry for that. It's going to be quite interesting to see how these rear wheel drive cars go on Alder, which is our next round in 2 weeks. Very tight circuit, and we know these cars don't like the tight stuff. So that might be a front wheel drive track, and we might see the tables turn completely.
Well, there's only one way to find out.
Well, guys, thanks for joining. That's it from us for tonight. We will be back next week with the V8 supercars, which is good. A lot of sideways actions and, something not to miss. Thanks for those who watched. And, Ryan, anything from your side?
No, all good. Please be sure to check out our Discord should you have the time, and hopefully we get to see you on track.
Well, guys, that's it from us. Have a good evening and enjoy your Sunday night movie. We're just in time for the guys to pop off and go watch that movie. Don't even know what it is. Ciao, ciao.
Guys.